Chaucer's Tale of Sir Topaz, the first fit. Listen, lords, with all your might, and I will tell you, honour bright, a tale of mirth and game, about a fair and gentle knight in battle, tournament, and fight. Sir Topaz was his name, and he was born in far country in Flanders, all beyond the sea. At Popringhee, in that place, his father was of high degree, and lord of all the land was he, as God had given him grace. Sir Topaz grew a doughy swain, with face like bread of whitest grain. His lips were red as rose, and his complexion like a stain of scarlet red, and I maintain he had a seemly nose. He'd saffron hair and beard as well, that down below his girdle fell. His shoe leather was Spanish, rich brown his hose, it so befell, from Bruges, and rich his robe as well, it made the money vanish. And he was great at hunting deer, and hawking down along the mere, with goshawk in his hand. He was an archer, never fear, a wrestler too, that had no peer in all the land. Full many a maiden bright in bower lay longing for him hour by hour, who should have been asleep. But he was chaste, and fled the power of lechery, chaste as bramble flower, where red the berries creep. It so befell one day, as I'll tell truly if I may, Sir Topaz went to ride. He mounted on his steed of grey, and lance in hand he rode away, a longsword by his side. He spurned his way through forest fair, where many a monster has its lair, such as the hare and buck. And as he went by east and north, I tell you he was riding forth, he met with evil luck. The herbs were springing in the vale, green ginger plants and licorice pale, and cloves their sweetness offered, with nutmegs too to put in ale, no matter whether fresh or stale, or else to be kept coffered. The birds were singing, let me say, the sparrowhawk and popinjay. It was a joy to hear. The throstle-cock attuned his lay, the turtle-dove upon the spray sang very loud and clear. Sir Topaz fell in love-longing on hearing thus the throstle sing, and spurned away like mad. His steed was hot with galloping, and sweated so a man could wring him out, such sweat he had. Sir Topaz, so it came to pass, wearied of spurring o'er the grass, so very fierce his courage, that down he lay as bold as brass, and eased his steed by a morass, where there was splendid forage. Saint Mary Benedicti, he said, what love has done to me. It binds my heart, no joke. By God, I dreamt all night, said he, an elf-queen should my mistress be, and sleep beneath my cloak. I'll have an elf-queen, I declare. In all the world there's none so fair or worthy to be mine. In town, all other women I resign. An elf shall be my Valentine, by dell and dale and down. He climbed his saddle like a throne, and galloped over stile and stone to spy an elfin queen. As soon as fast as if he'd flown, he found a secret place and lone, sweet fairyland, I mean. So wild, for not a soul in all that zone there was, and not a face was shown, no woman, not a child, until a mighty giant came on him, Sir Elephant by name, a perilous man indeed, who said, Sir Knight, by fire and flame be off, by Termagant I'll maim you and your sturdy steed. With mace, unless you go, the Queen of Faerie, with harp and pipe and music airy, has dwelling in this place. The knight replied, by all that's blue, tomorrow I will meet with you, when I have got my armor, and then I hope to make you dance with this my slender little lance, and you shall be the warmer, your belly shall feel its prick as I advance, ere prime of day, and it may chance that you'll be slain, I tell 'ee. Sir Topaz quickly then retired. The giant took a sling and fired fell stones, but greatly daring, Sir Topaz swiftly left the place, and got away by God's good grace, and by his noble bearing. My lords, still hearken to my tale, that's merrier than the nightingale, and let me whisper plain how good Sir Topaz, small and pale, by spurring over hill and dale, got back to town again. He ordered all his merry throng to cheer him up with sport and song, for he would have to fight a three-head giant very strong to gain the transports that belong to love and lady bright. Come forth, he said, my minstrels all, you storytellers in my hall, and tell me well I arm romances such as may befall to prince and pope and cardinal, and of a lover's charm. They fetched him first the sweetest wine, in mead and mazers they combine, with lots of royal spice, and gingerbread exceeding fine, and licorice and eglantine, and sugar very nice. They covered next his ivory flank with cloth spurn of the finest hank, with breeches and a shirt, and over that, in case it fail, a tunic, then a coat of mail, for fear he might be hurt, and over that contrived to jerk a hauberk, finest Jewish work, and strong in every plate, and over that his coat of arms, white as lily flowers' charms, in which he must debate. His shield was of a golden red, emblazoned with a porker's head, carbuncles at the side, and there he swore by ale and bread that he would kill that giant dead, betide what might betide. Boiled leather on his shins had he, his sword was sheathed in ivory, his helm was copper bright, his saddle was of narwhal bone, his bridle shone with like precious stone, or sun or moon at night. Of cypress was the spear he bore, not made for peace, but boding war. The head was sharply ground. His palfrey was of dapple grey, it wandered in an ambling way, and softly trotted round about. My lords, this is the opening fit. If you want any more of it, I'll tell you more, no doubt.